Yeah, I'm right now on Holmes Avenue, just east of Packard, and police have the street blocked off from Packard to South Swift Avenue, which is about 4 blocks. And we're at the 3600 block, but at the 3700 block of Holmes, there is one house that police are searching right now. Now, police chief from Cudahy tells us that the FBI is in charge of this investigation that is ongoing at this point. They have partially evacuated that block of Holmes, so people living on the 3700 block of Holmes Avenue have been told to leave, and the people who live in the surrounding area have been told to stay inside, and they have moved us a couple of blocks away because of what is going on there now in their investigation. She didn't have time to get anything. She had her daughter who lives somewhere nearby with her. They went to her house. They don't know when they will be able to return, but this happened again about 4:25 this afternoon, and ever since then they've been waiting to find out if they can get back into their house or not, but police at this point haven't been able to tell us that. They've just been asking for the neighbors to stay inside or to move further away from this house.
Are you able to get any indication that neighbors saw something amiss with this man who had suddenly moved to town?
No, not at this point. Nobody that we have spoken to has said that they know of the person that lives in the house that's being investigated. Police are not saying anything as to who lives in this house that they are going through, and there's been very little communication other than telling us that the FBI is in charge of this investigation, that people from that block needed to evacuate their homes, and people in the surrounding blocks need to stay inside until they are told it's clear. That is all we know at this point here on Holmes Avenue in Cudahy. The people who live in that immediate area were told to leave. Shortly thereafter, they told the people within a block radius that they needed to go inside and stay indoors because it wasn't safe. Since then, people have still come out in that block area outside to come and watch, but at the same time, they are still told to stay indoors. Since then, we have seen the FBI roll in with a heavily armored vehicle. That was at 6:16. Then at 6:52, we see the Milwaukee Police Hazardous Device Unit show up. And shortly after that, WITI Energies came onto the scene. And then a few minutes after that, we saw a fire engine, a ladder truck, come in, and the ladder went up, and it went to a house on this side of the street. But it was, we couldn't see through the trees as to exactly what they were doing with the ladder and all that. So that's the latest right now from Holmes Avenue here in Cudahy. Brandon Cruz, Fox 6 News.
All right, Brandon, thank you.
And then about 6:16 tonight is when we saw the FBI and a number of units roll in, including a heavily armored unit. Shortly after that, we saw a fire truck and an ambulance pull up and just kind of get into place. Then we saw the Milwaukee Police Hazardous Device Unit show up. Shortly after that, which was now about 7 o'clock, WITI Energies came onto the scene. And once that happened, we saw another fire truck with a ladder roll up to one of the houses, and then we saw the ladder be deployed. But after that, we couldn't see because of the trees and the distance from where we're at. We could not see where or why the ladder was deployed. So that's where we are now. But we did talk to a woman as she was being evacuated just at 4:25, and she was just saying that this is a situation that, hey, they had to hurry up and get out and go. Here's what she had to say.
They just said that we just needed to leave right away, that they were just, we wouldn't understand right away what was going on, but we would understand in the future when we'd find out what was going on. So we were just kind of shocked and had no idea what was going on, and so we just left right away.
And so still at this point, the FBI, along with the ATF, Milwaukee County Sheriffs, and Cudahy Police are still on the scene. Nothing has changed. The people who have been evacuated are still evacuated. And then the other people who live in the surrounding area have still been asked to stay inside, where that hasn't really happened. A number of people continue to come out to the sidewalk, to their porches, to see what's happening. A number of other people from all around the area have gathered to where we are. I'd say there's roughly 50 to 75 people right now just trying to figure out what's going on. As the sun has gone down, it's harder to see what's happening down the street from us. We're about a half a block to a block away, but we do know that the FBI is still actively on the scene, as are the other law enforcement agencies. All we do know, people are still evacuated. They don't know when they will be able to get home, and police have this cordoned off where we are shut down from Packard Avenue on the west all the way down Holmes to Swift Avenue on the east. So that is where we are right now, live in Cudahy. Brandon Cruz, Fox 6 News.
We will check in throughout the evening, Brandon. Thank you very much.
Our Brandon Cruz has been working the scene all day. He joins us live with some information now from an FBI investigator. Correct, Brandon?
Yeah, we did hear from the special agent in charge moments ago, but let me show you what's just happened now. As I step away, you can see that the scene behind me has cleared. This is just in the last few seconds. All of the trucks, all of the FBI cars, all of the other law enforcement cars, for the most part, have moved away from the scene. This has just happened. And just moments ago, we heard from the special agent in charge.
Confirm the fact that the FBI SWAT team and evidence response team is here in Cudahy executing a search warrant. It is related to the Oak Creek Temple shooting of earlier today.
So obviously a very brief statement from the FBI, but they were on hand with their SWAT team and they just left moments ago. We don't know what they found inside of the house at this point, but we will find out more tomorrow morning, as you heard from the special agent in charge. Reporting live in Cudahy, Brandon Cruz, Fox 6 News.
Very quickly, does that mean people who were evacuated can come home, or do we not know that for sure yet?
Well, we don't know that for sure, and the police tape is still up. Police are still here on the scene right now, so it's a matter of right now they are not allowed back in as far as I can tell.
Okay, we'll check back shortly. Brandon, thank you for that update.
Well, I can tell you now that the road here, Holmes Avenue, has been open from Packard to Kirkwood. It's still shut down on the 3700 block, and people are not allowed back into their homes. The ones that have been evacuated are still being kept away as the scene is still being investigated. We are told by people who live in that area that fire truck broke through the second window to get into a house on the 3700 block of homes. They will also be having a news conference tomorrow to give us more information at 10 a.m. But as of right now, the 3700 block of Holmes Avenue is still shut down and people are not allowed back into their homes if they live in and around that area. However, the street is open now between Packard and Kirkwood